Hello guys, this is Moses again from the Moses Services. I'm here to talk about formality in English speaking. For instance, what do we call formal English, informal English, slang, colloquial English, and so on. So I would like to give all these things in this video and to clarify something. What is the point? How many types of Englishes exist in terms of formality? Basically, there are 4, maybe 5 types of Englishes, depending on the formal language we are talking. For instance, the first one is formal English. What is formal English? Formal English is the kind of English which respects all the rules of formal grammar. It means perfect grammar, perfect vocabulary, choice of word, the pronunciation, the pragmatics, the context of word, everything is respected. Where do we find formal English? In business reports, in professional context or settings, in legal documents, state documents, and so on. We find formal English in those kind of contexts. In parliament, when they've got a meeting, or in at work with the boss and everything is formal. The choice of word you use, the choice of vocabulary, the tenses, you respect everything and you seem responsible and formal. This is formal English. There is no slang. There is no use of colloquials, expressions, abbreviations are not used in formal English. This is what you should know about formal English. Now, after formal English, there is another step which is semi-formal English. What is the semi-formal English? It is the kind of English, first of all, taught at school, at church, interpretation. It is semi-formal English. It's not very formal or colloquial or informal. No, it is semi-formal. It means to allow people of lower level to understand and people of higher level to understand and feel at ease. We find it at church, as I said, at school, to communicate with students, with teachers, and so on. So this is semi-formal English. It does not use very complex English structures, very complex English words or vocabulary, but it uses semi-complex words. It means which are not very formal, very complex like formal English, but it uses normal English, formal English, but not very formal, not very colloquial. It's just in between. And after that we have informal English. What is informal English? Informal English, it is the English that you use to talk to a colleague, a friend, to talk to a teacher who is a friend, to talk to your family members, your sisters, your brothers. You use informal English. What is informal English? There are a lot of slangs, there are a lot of abbreviations, there are a lot of expressions, there are a lot of words which are used in informal English. And finally we have colloquial English. It is the highest informal English in the world. Colloquial English. It is basically linked to cultural settings, to regional settings, to people. It can be a person, 2 people. We also call it idiolect. It means maybe only 2 people can understand what they are saying, but others do not understand. We call it colloquial English, highly informal English dialect or accent spoken by people. For instance, in Swahili and Lubumbashi, somebody can say banalala, banalala. Normally it means they have slept or they are sleeping or they went to bed. But in Lubumbashi it does not mean they sleep. It means maybe they are naive, they are stupid, they have been stolen, or you see the contextual meaning. You cannot use that word in formal context. Maybe you are making a speech in public, a president who is making a speech and he says banalala. Unless he's joking and he tries to incorporate himself into the public. But if he's speaking formally, we'll never use that phrase. We simply say they are lost, they have lost, or maybe they are naive. You see, those are kind of words which are very colloquial. People use them to talk about daily conversations about friends. Maybe I usually go in families because I teach some people home. They can use a term and they start laughing. Only them can understand what they are saying. Yet it is in French or in Swahili. And I'm a native of Swahili and French, but I can't understand what they are saying. And they start laughing alone. And I don't understand unless they explain me what's happened. Maybe a word linked to a certain event, or an expression linked to a certain person, or vice versa. You see what is happening. We call it colloquial English. Very informal English. These are the types of English in terms of formality while speaking. Now, you should adopt yourself while speaking to different people. When you speak to somebody who uses informal English, use it. If you speak to the person for the first time, you don't use it. If you speak to people in public, you use formal English. If you are at church interpreting, you use semi-formal English. If you are at school writing a report, you use semi-formal English. If you talk to a friend, chatting, texting, informal English. And you are in the culture, in the community with people you know, and you have got some cultural awareness, the same culture, the same custom, the same habits. You use colloquial English. Only you and you can understand. Thank you so much, and see you next time. This was Moses from the Moses Services.